Welcome back to Go on Shaw TV. Well, we are inside the blacksmith shop. I've got Colin working on something over here. I'm not quite sure, but what happens inside the blacksmith shop?
Well, lots of different things. First of all, we demonstrate what blacksmithing is all about. So you'll get to see us making and repairing things out of iron, which is always really fun. People really like seeing traditional techniques being used. But also, we're going to talk about the life of tradesmen and tradespeople at Fort Gibraltar and at the Red River Settlement in and around this area 200 years ago.
Wow. So in 1815?
1815 is the year that we represent here, yeah.
So where did you learn how to blacksmith? Because I imagine this isn't something, well, it's not something commonly taught, commonly learned. Where did you learn how to do this?
Well, what I tell people is I learned from my father in northern Scotland and, in the Orkney Islands. But I actually was very fortunate when I was in university. I worked with Parks Canada up at Lower Fort Garry, and I learned from a bunch of different blacksmiths up there. So similar to an apprenticeship, but with constant, school programs and tourists coming in and watching what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, the pressure's on. That's how I learned to do it, and I've kept doing it ever since I've worked here for Festival.
Okay. Can you show us what it takes to?
Absolutely can. What I'm making here are just some little hooks and hangers that'll hold spikes that are going to keep our front gates down. And I'm just starting out. So I've got a piece of bar stock. It's been in the forge. This contraption is called the forge. In the corner, I have a bellows, which is blowing air up underneath the coal. And now it's nice and hot. So I'm going to take this over to the anvil, and I'm going to start shaping it. Just want to... Basically, that's all I really want out of it, is a little scroll.
Well, that's a scroll, and coming up later on in the show, we're going to take a look at what leatherwork looked like 200 years ago. So stick with us here and Go from Fort Gibraltar.